So I fully expected to get on here today and share the pure fun I had this past weekend in Mexico, celebrating the union of two of my very, very dear friends. So I wound up doing some things that I never imagined I would do. This makes trip number 2 that I have picked an activity that I never would have tried prior to May and thoroughly enjoyed every minute of it. So my thought was I was going to get on here and share with you guys the most amazing time I had swimming with some dolphins. Like I literally got my black girl hair in some seawater, salt water, and I swam with dolphins. I took pictures with the dolphins. The dolphins kissed me on the cheek. I wasn't doing none of that. Put your animal lips on me. We don't do that. But the experience was like the absolute most amazing experience. Pretty much like Jamaica was for me, and that whole trip. So again, full intent was to get on here and really talk about or share the activities of my weekend. Overall, I had an amazing weekend. Wedding, dolphins, and just the energy and vibe that I got from my weekend and those that shared the weekend with me. It just was a really special weekend. So again, my full intent, I'm not gonna grab. So my full intent was to get on here and laugh, and because I'm thinking maybe the last 2 videos have been videos with me crying. And so I didn't want to do crying. I really wanted to share some joy. But as I'm sitting out here preparing to make the video and really, really realizing that so much was taken from me on May 15th. And I think about Tyler had just received his passport back from being renewed. Just renewed his passport. Because he previously worked at United and had recently applied to and been accepted to work at look at my face. He'd been accepted to work at Delta. So I continuously pressed upon him the opportunity he was being given by having the ability to travel and see the world and take advantage of learning new languages and cultures. And so his passport, I want to say days before his service, his passport renewal came back. And so I'm sitting here and I'm just thinking about the opportunities and the plans that he and I sat out here and talked about, and we talked about his music, and we talked about what it was going to take in order to do the things that would make him feel successful in his eyes. And that's something that was most important to me. He would always say, I really want to make you proud. I really want to make you happy. And I would tell him, we could be in the midst of one of our little verbal scuffles, and I would always tell him, if nothing else, I am proud of the fact that you stand up for yourself as a man. And, with me, it's not disrespectful. Now, how you did it out in the streets and whatever the case that may be, that was your business. But it was never disrespectful. But you were assertive in your thoughts about your plans. I mean, we had battles about some of everything here lately. Getting vaccinated. Oh my gosh. Voting. So, I mean, and you had strong opinions, and whether I agreed with the opinions or not, I was always proud of the fact that he stood up for himself. Y'all, it just clicked. It dawned on me. It was like having an out of body experience. I felt like I was talking to him and not to you guys. I'm going to have to watch this video before I post it, because I probably sound like a mumbling fool right about now. This video may never make the light of day. But bottom line is, I was extremely proud of him. And so, circling all the way back, the passport deal was a huge deal because Delta was a huge deal. And Delta Airlines. Not the variant. And not the sorority. It's all jokes. But with all of this coming into his grasp at the moment, I mean, music was truly about to blow up. So he had a lot that he had been planning and on his grind for. So I was proud of that. So to experience this experience that I had this weekend and truly be so at peace while I was messing around with those dolphins. I just think about, had you been here to experience that, we've been able to experience it together, what that would be like. And it infuriates me that I'm having to make a video It infuriates me that this is the conversation I'm having to have. So I will just wrap this up. Oh, baby, your hair, your face. Okay, so let me, quick disclaimer, in an ADD moment. That will happen from time to time. I will be on one clear conversation path and go straight to something else like it wasn't nothing. But So my hair, after jumping in, baby, let me tell you something. After jumping in that water and swimming around with those dolphins, the wash that I gave myself in Mexico was nothing like the wash I needed that I just gave myself with some leave-in conditioner and some, yeah, because I was a little irritated, just a tad bit irritated, but so that's why my hair looks like it needs to be done. That's because I just washed it. And really wasn't expecting to be making a video right now, and so in the process of washing my hair, I did my little nightly treatment on my skin, and so it looks like I've been bathed in Crisco, but I had to get some moisture, yeah, whatever. I had to get some moisture back in the skin, so that's why I look such a hot mess. Sorry, that's why I look such a hot mess. But anyway, how long have I been talking? Maybe it's 11 minutes. Let me wrap this up and just say that, you know, this was supposed to be a really fun video, and I wound up being a lot more emotional than I intended to be once again. But it's just, these are the waves of emotions that I go through, and it just, it just can be hard, extremely difficult some days. And today just happened to be another one of those days.